This presentation explores the Unhealed Healer, a key theme from A Course in Miracles, Chapter 9, Section 5. We will examine how the ego distorts forgiveness, why healing fails when the healer is unhealed, and how a shift to God's plan enables genuine, sustainable transformation. The ego's plan for forgiveness depends on the unhealed healer, someone trying to give what they have not yet received. Like an empty vessel, they cannot transmit light. True healing occurs only when the healer first accepts healing, becoming a luminous vessel that naturally extends what it has received. Here, we contrast two paths. The ego's plan, common in the world, is driven by illusion, approval-seeking, and inevitably reaches an impasse. God's plan is guided by the Holy Spirit, undertaken by those who accept atonement first, and is rooted in truth, shared understanding, and inner light. Two ego archetypes illustrate failed healing. The theologian begins from guilt and teaches condemnation. The psychotherapist validates attack and proves the nightmare is real. Though their forms differ, both depreciate the subject and end in the same ego impasse. A mind judged unworthy cannot truly heal. Analyzing the nightmare is a subtle trap. When we search fantasies for truth, we reinforce their reality for the patient. Ego beliefs are not healed by scrutiny, but by recognizing their meaninglessness. Nightmares are brought to awareness only to be gently dismissed, not dissected or dignified. The mechanism of failure follows a predictable cycle. Ego involvement makes the healer seek something for self. Blind instruction then teaches what the healer does not know. Unable to correct, they cannot share truth. This leads to an impasse where, in fact, nothing real or lasting has occurred. Healing requires a paradigm shift from analyzing darkness to simply allowing light. When God said, "Let there be light," there was light. No analysis of darkness was needed. In practice, light represents understanding. Wherever true understanding is welcomed, confusion and fear quietly disappear. The ego's way is to stare into the pit, examining darkness and deepening separation from light. The Holy Spirit's way is different. Draw back the curtain and let light in. Effective healing does not search the darkness for truth. It introduces truth so that darkness naturally loses all power. The ego insists the subject is broken, either a miserable sinner needing magic or an unimportant mind unable to esteem itself. Both views block healing. True healing begins when we recognize the God-given magnitude and perfection of the patient's mind, which has never been truly damaged. The true therapist triad clarifies roles. The Holy Spirit is the only real therapist and source of healing. The human therapist and the patient are joined as receivers, allowing healing to flow from the apex. The human's task is not to heal directly, but to facilitate this divine connection. As human facilitators, we do not generate healing. We allow it. Our role is to let the Holy Spirit fulfill His function, gently point out darkness, and follow precise inner guidance. We avoid trying to supply our own light, validating nightmares as real, or interfering with the true guide. Translating perception into knowledge unfolds in 4 movements. First, we perceive light instead of darkness. Next, we stabilize this by extending light to the patient. As its effects are acknowledged, confidence grows that the light is real. Finally, perfected perception seamlessly becomes true knowledge. The miracle worker's practice rests on 4 commitments. Accept atonement personally before trying to give it. Refuse to validate the ego's nightmares. Remember that analyzing darkness never produces light. And consistently step back so the Holy Spirit can function as the only therapist in every encounter.